Charity Dingle decides to report Dr. Todd's blackmail to the police next week, hoping the new evidence will finally lead to consequences for her tormentor. But will this latest revelation be enough to bring Todd to justice after everything Charity has endured? An Emmerdale source explained, after being pushed to her limits following the sexual assault, Charity is now focused on moving forward and seeking accountability. The insider continued, Todd has managed to avoid facing the consequences of her actions up to now. However, the police are still unaware of the complete picture, and Sarah and Jacob remain in the dark as well. If Charity is determined to make Todd answer for what she has done, could Leyla's paternity secret be exposed in the process? Although investigators know about the disturbing assault, they have no knowledge of the history between Todd and Charity involving baby Leyla. Todd is aware that Ross is Leyla's biological father and previously demanded a large sum of money to keep Charity's secret hidden. With the assault allegation failing to result in charges, Charity tells DS Reed that Todd had also been blackmailing her. She reveals the full details of the manipulation that led to her current situation. Reed listens carefully, takes an official statement, and shows understanding for what Charity has suffered. While the officer acknowledges the seriousness of the claim and agrees it could provide a motive for the attack, Todd insists was consensual. Reed explains that the blackmail accusation will likely be investigated separately from the sexual assault case. Disappointed that the new information may not strengthen her case, Charity begins to question whether speaking out was the right decision. She fears that revealing everything to the police has only increased the chances of Sarah learning the truth. To make matters worse, it appears increasingly possible that Todd could avoid punishment altogether. Concerned about his wife's well-being, Mac worries about how Charity will cope moving forward. The source added, "It's the day of baby Leyla's christening, and Charity is determined to attend and act as though everything is normal. Keeping her trauma hidden has taken a heavy toll on her, pushing her into a dark emotional place as she struggles with carrying the secret alone." Wanting the christening to be a joyful occasion for Sarah and Jacob, Charity once again suppresses her own feelings. However, after receiving support from newcomer Serena, she finds fresh determination and promises not to give up until Todd is held accountable. Robert is left delighted but stunned when Kev delivers an unexpected surprise in Emmerdale. After Robert and Aaron finally reunited last year and seemed to be settling into happiness, everything was thrown off course by the sudden arrival of Robert's prison husband, the chaotic Kev. Kev is anything but ordinary. One moment he's calmly sipping tea, the next he's involved in criminal schemes. He's like a walking storm of unpredictability, often compared to a volatile character straight out of a crime drama, driven by anger, emotional wounds, and deep attachment problems that can erupt without warning. Unfortunately for Robert, he became the focus of that intensity. Their connection began behind bars, where Robert seemingly attached himself to the most dangerous inmate for protection. But Kev interpreted their bond very differently, believing it was a genuine romance. When he discovered Robert had a partner on the outside, Kev reacted badly, even going as far as faking a serious illness in a desperate attempt to keep Robert close. Knowing Kev was not someone to provoke, Robert went along with the situation for a while, partly to maintain control and partly to uncover where Kev had hidden stolen money. He played the role so convincingly that even Aaron began to grow suspicious. Eventually, Kev realized the truth about Robert's feelings. The revelation hit him hard, and things spiraled into conflict, ending in a dramatic confrontation that forced Kev out of the village. He later returned briefly during a chaotic Christmas storyline involving Robert's dangerous brother, before once again disappearing after narrowly escaping a trap. Given all that history, Robert is understandably nervous when news spreads that Kev is back in the village. However, Kev seems preoccupied with other matters. Kev has returned with two goals: to launch his quirky coffee and cake venture and to reconnect with his estranged son, Lewis Barton. He has already been seen discussing his past in casual conversations, revealing that he once had a brief relationship that led to a child being placed for adoption. Only a few people know the full truth about the situation, and Kev is now under pressure to either come clean to Lewis or leave the village entirely. Although Kev initially accepted that leaving was the best option, believing his son deserved stability, he has now changed his mind and returned to Emmerdale. His reappearance causes tension, especially for those who wanted him gone. Robert, surprisingly, is not as unsettled as expected when Kev approaches him with an unexpected proposal. Kev is taken in by supportive locals who encourage him to try rebuilding his relationship with his son rather than running away again. Their encouragement pushes him to take a new approach, leading him to Robert with a suggestion that could change everything. Meanwhile, village tensions rise when Nicola discovers Kev causing disruption in the cafe, strengthening her determination to push him out for good. As Kev tries to settle old matters and make peace with his past, Robert is left facing a choice he never expected. Will Kev be forced out before Robert can take advantage of this sudden opportunity? A devastating farewell is looming for Lewis in the Emmerdale murder storyline as he ends up caught in the middle of deadly chaos. Keep the tissues nearby, Dale's viewers. Everyone could sense heartbreak was coming for Lewis the moment Vinny's departure was confirmed. What nobody expected was just how explosive things would become. Since joining the village several years ago with his mother, Vinny has been on a powerful journey of self-discovery after realizing he was attracted to men, with Lewis playing a major role in that path. As an autistic gay man, Lewis has often felt different, and when Vinny shared a flat with him, Lewis gave him a supportive space to understand his identity. That support eventually contributed to the breakdown of Vinny's marriage before he fully accepted his feelings. What began as a light-hearted friendship gradually developed into something much deeper, with their first romantic spark forming after they bonded during a sheep rescue. Together, the pair became something like Emmerdale's version of a heartfelt romance drama, which is even more ironic considering the actor playing Lewis first appeared in a similar themed series. However, ITV has announced cast reductions this year, and Vinny is among those set to depart the village, alongside other characters leaving the soap. Whatever happens during Vinny's exit, it seems likely to involve Lewis's estranged. The dangerous figure was introduced previously as the prison partner of Robert Sugden, and he has now returned with plans to reconnect with his son, while also opening a cafe with an unusual name. It now appears Lewis is about to have his life turned upside down as he meets his unpredictable father, and both his relationship and his safety could be under threat. Recently, Vinny surprised Lewis with a spontaneous trip to Madeira. Although Lewis initially wanted to go, his anxiety overwhelmed him, and the sudden change of plans led him to stay behind, even though he encouraged Vinny to continue alone. After supportive advice from his brother Ross, Lewis changed his mind and rushed to the airport to join Vinny. However, what should have been a romantic moment was violently interrupted when Lewis was forced into a van. In upcoming scenes, Ross receives a disturbing message revealing Lewis has been abducted, with a warning that he will only be safe if his father returns a mysterious item known as Penny. As the mystery deepens, Ross and Liam investigate and uncover that Kev is actually Lewis's father, only for Ross to be confronted by Kylie, the kidnapper demanding the return of the valuable object. Kylie insists that Penny is the most important thing in the world, putting extreme pressure on everyone involved. Meanwhile, Liam tracks Kev down while he is selling goods from his van, and tensions rise between Kev and Ross, leading to a physical confrontation. Under pressure, Kev claims that Penny is a diamond he no longer possesses and says it was sold to a pawn shop, prompting Ross to demand it be retrieved. Emmerdale is broadcast on ITV1 on weekdays at 8 p.m. and is also available to stream from 7 a.m. on ITVX and YouTube.